Welcome to What's the Book About? I'm your host Kevin, and this is Radiant by James Allen Gardner. This is the story of Yun-Soo and her life-changing mold infection. We're back in the Expendable series universe for the last time, as sadly this series is coming to a close with this particular novel. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back and watch the other videos and catch up. Now, this novel takes place on the world of Mata, the last known alien race that managed to ascend past the need of a physical body, had a colony here, and the human-run polity called the Unity has an archaeological dig researching and trying to figure out how they managed it. This is when things go horribly wrong. Now, this novel starts on a completely different world run by the alien cashlings. They're a degenerating alien race. They're being attacked or infected by this red moss. This red moss is actually another alien race. It's an advanced alien race with scary powers and vast knowledge. 2 human explorers are sent in response to the distress call to try to figure out what's going on between these two. The 2 explorers are Yun-Soo, our main character, and her partner, Tut, a gold mask wearing slightly crazy man. Now, when they get down there, they find out that the Balrog isn't actually attacking the cashlings. He's done all this to lure out Yun-Soo. He's doing this to try to bond with her, to infect her, and to have her act as his host. Now, why is this scary? Because the host is slowly consumed by the Balrog. Now, you'd think that this would be an enslavement, but no, this is actually a real, genuine bond, as the Balrog offers the choice to Yun-Soo to become its host or not, and she willingly accepts. Okay, so be warned, from here on in there may be a few spoilers. I will try to keep it to a minimum. Now, it's at this point in the story that Festina Ramos shows up. She's the human-run technocracy's admiral in charge of basically problem-solving and troubleshooting, so it's no surprise that she shows up. Also, she kind of has a personal stake in this. One of her friends, another fellow explorer, is the other host to the Balrog and is also being slowly consumed. Now, the Balrog knew all this and planned accordingly. It drew these 3 people here specifically to be the closest people to respond to the Unity colony of Mata's distress signal. Now, the human-run Unity and the human-run technocracy, they're kind of like a divorced couple. They're polite and nice in front of company and other alien races, but these 2 splinter groups adamantly hate each other. But when the emergency signal goes out, the explorers act professionally to save lives. And when they arrive on the world, it's empty. And through a vigorous investigation, they uncover the secrets that the Unity research discovered, and they managed to actually lay the alien ghosts and the entire planet to rest. Now, the setup for getting the 3 main characters to the mystery might seem a little Deus Ex Machina and a bit of a lazy writer syndrome, but actually it's a real positive for the novel because of how the author handles the relationship between the Balrog and Yun, the main character, getting to see her philosophical differences, her issues and questions about this giant step that she's taken really helps to draw you in and to kind of parallel the mystery that is revealed at the end of the novel. Now, one downside is that there's a lot of Buddhist philosophy, but a positive is that the author at the beginning of each chapter puts either a definition or a little phrase or meaning of Buddhist philosophy at the beginning of those chapters, so you get to an idea of what's going to happen in that particular chapter and get a little better grasp on Buddhist philosophy as a whole, as a little primer for those of us like me who may know just a little bit but are not really an expert. Now, the one downside for this particular novel is that the main mystery is tied into the series as a whole. And that could have been horrible, but it actually does help make this small little mystery feel much, much bigger on a scale and a scope. And it does help enhance the actual series as a whole. Now, that would be great, except this is where the series ends. And the conclusion you get for the particular novel and for the series answers a lot of questions to how the particular universe was set up, but it leaves this one big one unanswered, and oh god, I really wanted to know how it would really end, but sadly the book was not popular enough to warrant the continuation of this series, and that is a particular flaw. Not a huge deal-breaking flaw, but it does hurt. So in the end, what is the book about? The path to ascension. Jung, the main character, has bonded with a Balrog, and she's chosen to give up the safety and the life that she's lived. Not that she's very safe as an explorer, but by risking that to take the next step to become something more than what she was, it's a giant risk. It's something that we as people, we've learned to grow by taking risks, by learning to put aside our fears, and that's the path to ascension, is learning to put aside those fears to become something greater than what you were, to become something more human, less animal. And it's not just the main character, Yun, and the Balrog that are going to that next level, but we also get to see the cost of failure, the risks, and the rewards for being willing to go that next step. We get a chance to see that there is more than just the day-to-day grind, that there's something greater out there. And it's a message of hope almost. And it makes these minor little details feel much grander. And it's one of the reasons why I have to give this particular novel 4 out of 4 stars. It's really, really great read, and it enhances the series, and it's something I really recommend you go out and get. But sadly, the book is out of print, but you can still get it as an ebook, so I highly recommend it. So read it and enjoy. Till the next time, have a good one.